July 1st in Montreal, whether it's a sofa inching up a spiral staircase or a mattress being transported on a Dixie. It's a special day in our vibrant city, but with the cost of housing so much on the rise, special thanks to a record-breaking rent increase this year, I wonder about folks who are in precarious situations as moving day looms. Most leases end June 30th, so while we don't have the annual statistics of how many households haven't secured housing, I wonder what housing committees are reporting so far, and what resources are available for folks looking for a new place to rent. I'm going to share what I heard from 211 and a couple of housing committees. When reaching out to 211, I spoke to a kind woman named Michelle, who I could tell was very sympathetic to how hard these past years have been for tenants. I was really hoping to provide a step-by-step process of what happens when accessing their services, but it really varies based on situation and a lot of other factors. But 211 advisors are trained to assess each case by asking the right questions and directing folks to the most appropriate services. So don't hesitate if you need help. The Papia Housing Committee provided me a written statement saying that the search for housing or social housing in the Southwest is high. Quote, "Our workshops on social housing are overflowing, so we've had to duplicate our workshops 2 times because there were too many registrations. Can't say I'm surprised." I also spoke with Lynn from the Verdun Housing Committee.
At the CACV, the Verdun Housing Committee, we're a team of 4 people, and the requests for services are always hard to keep up with. So with July 1st coming up, we have mass amounts of tenants in really precarious situations. It's for sure that this day is full of households that have not managed to secure housing in time, but it is actually constant throughout the year. So it's not that much different than other periods of the year. Media reaches out to us around July 1st. This is super normal. We're looking for stories. But, you know, I notice that it's stories that they tell over and over. So we see a lot of the same stories and cases that are so similar that we have trouble even telling them apart sometimes. That's what makes me think that at this point it's not an issue of awareness. Everyone knows what's happening. It's affecting more and more people. So right now, if a household is at risk of homelessness for July, they should call the referral services that are funded by the city. The problem with the service is that housing is scarce. So while they may help you search for housing, if the housing isn't there, you know, it's not there. But it's also that the program is mostly only for low-income households, and the barometer is really, really low for what's considered low income. The criteria is super strict and last minute. If you're actually able to access the services, households are sometimes kept waiting until the absolute last minute. Like, we're talking like the very last week of June. This is really a big part of my experience when it comes to dealing with July 1st. I personally couldn't imagine having to like wait for any kind of help and then have to move with a family, for example, a couple days before July 1st and having no idea where you're going or no idea if you're even going to access these services. Like, I really could not imagine.
It's great that our city offers resources for tenants to find housing, but it's a system that doesn't help everyone and doesn't accurately represent the reality.
If you can stay on a pal's couch for a little bit, they might consider you housed. And I see a really big problem with that.
The statistics are flawed, housing is scarce, and the criteria for receiving support is narrow. It's clear that affordable housing is only getting harder to find, while rent prices continue to climb. Building more luxury units that will sit empty because we can't afford them is not the solution. Housing committees have been demanding structural change for years. Social housing, rent control, and a rental registry. This video was made in collaboration with The Rover. Support independent media and check out their excellent work on therover.ca.